Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we're going to be taking a look at this relatively boring looking house. But of course looks can be deceptive because this is a piston house. Now for those of you who don't know what a piston house is, it's essentially a house that you build that you cram as many redstone contraptions into as you possibly can. Seriously, just go ham with them. Now I used to build these all the time in my early days of redstone, but since then haven't really done one for a while. So what I thought I'd do is give it another shot, but issue myself a bit of a challenge to try and build it within a 9x9 area. I'm pretty happy with what I've come up with, so let's take a closer look. Now obviously when it comes to piston houses, first impressions are fairly key. You want to make a grand entrance so that everyone knows that you're an absolute pro at redstone, which is why I have taken the opposite route. I want people to get their expectations nice and low when they walk in, so I've gone for the wooden door. But oh, you weren't expecting that, were you? The door isn't actually the door is actually next to the door. So we just walk through here, you can see this is our little room. We have got a light switch up at the top here, which is fully functional and can turn on and off all of these lights. We also have a few little bits in this corner here, which are non-redstone related. So we have a chair and a table, because this wouldn't be a house without a chair and a table. And we also have this guy. His name is Bob, he is a creeper, and he is stuck inside there, which means even if we were in survival mode, he wouldn't actually explode, which I quite like. Then over in this corner we have got the armor fitting station. So at the minute you can see pretty much naked, but if we walk inside here, hit this button, you will see that we actually get kitted out in all of the finest armor. Now onto some of the more exciting parts of the build. If we just hit this button here, you will see that the floor drops away, revealing a secret hidden armory. Now down at the bottom here we have got a couple chests, we've got an ender chest as well, an anvil to do all of your repairals, and also an enchanting table complete with books. Yes, it has actually got books inside it, which means that you can get a half decent enchantment, which I quite like. Then if we take a look over here, we've also got a couple droppers that you can use to store other items, and to get out of this thing, all you have to do is do some jumping and button placement, and you can see that, well, that happens. Still works, doesn't it? Then if we walk over here, you can see we have got a super smelter. This is where you can do all of your smelting of your items. It's nice and fast because it uses hoppers, and all of those items flow in and get outputted through into the chest. And then over here we have got this lever. If we give it a flick, you will see that a staircase folds out and we can head down into the bottom section of the base. Now what we have down here is a few of the farms that are involved, because otherwise of course we wouldn't have any resources. So at the back here you can see we've got ourselves a chicken farm. I've actually turned off friendly mob noise because it's a little bit too much. I think we have a couple hundred chickens up there. So it's pretty efficient and it produces a decent amount of cooked chicken as well as a decent amount of feathers. Then in this section here we have got our bread maker. So all we have to do is flick this lever, that turns on all the bone meal. Then if we hit this button you can actually harvest all of it, which I find to be very useful but also a little bit noisy. Then if we spin it round, we've got something really cool over here. If you just place a redstone torch down here, you can see that our hidden storage opens up once again. We have a couple extra chests for storing all of our items, as well as another ender chest, and also a little furnace down at the bottom in case you wanted to do some precious item smelting, which is pretty cool. So if you just place down the redstone torch once again, all of that gets completely hidden away, so we can just head up, back up to the top. And then once we get up there, we can flick the lever, fold away our little staircase, say goodbye to Bob, walk over our pressure plate, and the wall is restored. Just out of interest, I've used MC Edit to copy and paste that little house down there out into the open world. Then I removed all the sandstone so that you can see all of the redstone. Obviously removing the sandstone has caused a few little problems with the fact that we now have a bit of the floating stuff. But if we take a look around, you can see that there's actually quite a lot to this build. Despite the fact that it all looked fairly simple, there's quite a lot of stuff going on. We've got hidden staircases, armories, we've got farms, and hidden storage systems, and all that good stuff all comes together to create a fairly cool little piston house. As always, if you do want to take a closer look at the redstone behind this thing, then there is a world download down in the description for anyone that wants to check that out. Also, if any of you guys have built piston houses that you think are really cool, then let me know down in the comment section because I'd love to see them. But anyway, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.